主任其实非常的忙碌才刚回国哈。那我简单的介绍一下婷婷，她中文叫张婷啊，她听得懂中文，她也会讲中文，可是只是她怕她今天的 present 用中文不太能够那么完整，所以她就会用英文讲。可是我们可以用中文问没有问题。好，那张婷就是 Superme 出差欧。他其实是2年前来到我们就是一机系的研究所，那后来就是在这样子的一个机会，就是体明就进入我们实验室，然后刚好跟郭主任在这样的一个题目里就做了一些合作。那这个题目的 initiator 其实是郭主任的，那他今天很可惜他不能够来参加哈，那我们就把时间交给李主任。
那我就是开始分解。
不能全关。
那你开这个好了，开这个，开那个比较好吧？开黄色的。
好，我可以。
在前在一层剪那个。
它会关灯之后就自动停掉。
这个成本。
它不理我们。
它在正下方。
那我们就会闷死在这里。那还是得开。
好，那就开。
一定要开灯。
一定要开灯。是。对不起哦。对，主任拍谁哦？所以是他冷气不知道去哪里了。
重要。
没有，我感觉有冷气啊。OK， 好。
Good afternoon, committee members and my friend. Welcome to my oral defense day today. My name is Supaninchok Chaiwong. Today, my defense topic is molecular insight into electron transfer protein dehydrogenase (ETFDH) mutation induced mitochondrial dysfunction. And today, I'm a student, Supaninchok Chaiwong, and my advisor, Dr. Gao Su-hui. First, let me show you the muscle biopsy of the patient. We have a different stain of the muscle biopsy. Start from the HE stain. This one is NADH glycone stain. This one is a modified Gomeri glycone stain. Figure D is a PAS stain. This is the IURS stain. This is Sudan black tea stain. And G2H is a ATPase stain in different pH. This one is pH 4.2. This is 4.6, and this is 9.7. So you can see here, this 5 picture is a serial section. You can see the neutral lipid occur on the IURS stain and the Sudan black B. So from this picture, we can indicate that this one is a type 1 fiber, and they will have the problem with the beta of fatty acid pathway. Next, this one is a TEM picture. On the left-hand side is necrotic myofiber, and the right-hand side is muscle section. And the white one is oil droplet. You can see here the oil droplet will accumulate on the muscle section. And beside the oil droplet, it is an abnormality mitochondria. This one is the pedigree of our study. So at the first time, we didn't know about the disease. So we just know that they have the lipid stolen myopathy. And we have 2 patients and 1 father, and mother already divorced. This one is fatty acid metabolism by taste. On the left-hand side is a patient, the older brother is A003, and the younger brother A004. You can see here, from the short chain, medium chain, and long chain and carnitine profile are elevated. The red color shows the elevated value, and the blue color shows decreases value. So both VIDEO0003 and VIDEO0004 patients, they also have elevated acylcarnitine profile. So from the previous data, we just suppose that maybe they have the MADD disease. What is MADD? MADD is for multiple acyl-CoA dehydrogenase deficiency. It is lipid storage myopathy. This one is autosomal recessive disease. What caused this disease? This disease caused by defected of an ETF, electron transfer flower protein, or ETFDH, electron transfer flower protein dehydrogenase. We can classify this disease by phenotype into two groups. The first one is neonatal onset. The second one is a late onset. Our patient is a late onset form. About the symptom of late onset, they will have a progressive proximal myopathy, vomiting, hypoglycemia, metabolic acidosis. Then, after that, we have a gene mutation. We find a gene mutation point in this study. So we have two gene mutation points in the patient. The first one is codon 92C2T, and the second one is codon 250G2A. And about the carrier, the father also have the mutation, but it's a heterozygous on the codon 250G2A. So let me introduce about the ETF and ETFQO, how to work in the mitochondria. This one is the classical view of mitochondrial respiratory chain. Complex 1 and complex 2 receive electron from NADH and FADH respectively that have a link with the TCA cycle. So after the transfer electron to coenzyme Q10, and additionally, QM cycle 10 also receive the equivalent from ETF and ETFQO from the glycolysis beta oxidation pathway, and then electron will transfer through the complex 3 and complex 4, and finally they will produce ATP on the complex 5. Let me suggest you about the ETFB and ETFG protein. ETFA and ETFB proteins are encoded by ETFA and ETFB gene. The same with the ETFQO proteins, also encoded by ETFDH. So ETFQO is just a protein that encoded by ETFDH. Next, this one is about the normal fatty acid beta oxidation pathway. So you can see here, fatty acid, if we divide by the change, the medium chain and the short chain can transport directly into the mitochondria. But if the long chain fatty acid, they will combine with the carnitine and use carnitine to be the fatty acid carnitine to help them transport inside by CPT1 and CPT2. But after it go inside the mitochondria, it will eliminate the carnitine and become the fatty acid CoA. So fatty acid CoA will go the beta oxidation pathway. After that, they will transfer electron to NADH2 and FADH2, and then ETF and ETFQO will transfer electron to the electron transfer respiratory chain. So I will emphasize in this part again on next slide. This slide, I want to emphasize about the ETF and ETFQO and the beta oxidation pathway. We start from the acylcarnitine to be the acyl-CoA. Here they have acyl-CoA dehydrogenase enzyme. So the electron was transferred from the FAD through the ETF, ETFQO, and then coenzyme Q10 and go into the respiratory chain. So the aim of this study, the first, whether the electron transfer from our protein dehydrogenase ETFDH mutation in the lymphoblast cell cause mitochondrial dysfunction. The second one, whether does coenzyme Q10 treatment reduce lipid droplet in the lymphoblast cell line. Now, I will neatly tell you about my predicate again. So now we know that the patient is a ETFDH mutation. So we have two patients with the ETF genotype minus homozygous. One is the elder brother, I will call him A003. And this one is younger brother, I will call A004. And one is a carrier homozygous ETF gene. So we will give the name is A002. This one is our cell models. We have a 4 group of cell model that established to be the lymphoblastoid cell. One is one normal control cell line that genotype is normal. And 2 affected MADD patient cell line what have a homozygous ETF mutation. And 1 unaffected relative MADD cell line that have a heterozygous of ETF mutation. In our experiment, we will use the 5% FPS before treated cells, and we have the 18 hours of incubation times. And we will treat three different chain of fatty acid. The short chain is hexanoic acid C6, and the second one is a capric acid C10, and the last one is palmitic acid C16. So this one is treated by short chain, medium chain, and long chain. So the first, we want to know about the concentration that we should treat in our experiment. So we do the cell viability test by the treatment rule. And we tried 3 concentration of the fatty acid, 0.1 millimolar, 0.5 millimolar, and 1.0 millimolar on the hexanoic acid, capric acid, and palmitic acid. And about the bar graph, I will provide 3 color of the bar graph. The white bar graph is the for control group. And you can see here, for all fatty acid and even the highest concentration, the viability all are above 80%. So for the control group, we use the 1.0 millimolar for each fatty acid. The gray color I will state for the A002 or the carrier group. So you can see here, we have the same experiment. We try the different concentration with the different fatty acid. The same, all of the percent cell viability is also above 80% in the carrier group. Next, we do the same on the patient group. The patient we use the black color because the patient cell line have a little bit go slowly and unhealthy. So the viability test is lower than the 2 group before. But after we challenging the fatty acid, we can see here about the viability test also above around 70% for all. So for the next experiment, we will use the 1.0 millimolar for each fatty acid for experiment. Okay, this picture just show you the residues of an ETF system. They combine with the ETFDH and ETF. And ETF has 2 subunits, is ETFA and ETFB. So, and this one is beside the ETF is a complex 2. So as we know, the mutation point is on ETFDH gene. So this one is about the ETFDH gene mutation. We differentiate into 4 groups. The white one is control, this one is the carrier, this one A003, the older brother, and this one is the younger brother. You can see here, after we treat by the hexanoic acid, capric acid, and palmitic acid in the control group, about the gene expression, ETF gene expression, have a fatty acid response, is have a higher when compared with the control. And about the carrier group and patient group, from the non-treat one, you can see here they have significantly decreased of the ETFDH gene expression. So just only have some fatty acid that have a dose response from the patient group. Like the A003, they just respond from the hexanoic acid, and A004 also the same. This one is the ETFA and ETFB gene expression. You can see here, they just only have the significantly decreased when the patient group compared with the control group. And the same with the ETFB, just only have those dependent on the capric acid treatment. So from the figure 9, we can conclude that because our mutation point is on the ETFDH gene, so they should have the response just for ETFDH, not for ETFA or ETFB. This one is a ETFDH protein expression. This one is an immunoblot. On the left-hand side is shown by the control group, and the right-hand side is the patient group A004. You can see it's a rare protein detected on the patient group. About the control group, after we treated by hexanoic, capric, and palmitic, just capric and palmitic that have a fatty acid response with the ETFDH protein levels. And the same treatment, like the same hexanoic acid, about the patient group, they have significantly decreased, also the same on the capric acid treatment. This one is also immunoblot, but compared among 4 groups, non-fatty acid treated. So you can see here, the heterozygotes A002, the carrier group, show half of the protein expression, but for the patients, they show the lowest one. This one is the bar graph that shows the ATP. So you can see here from the control group, after we challenging with the capric acid and palmitic, they can enhance the ATP after so they respond to the fatty acid. But for the carrier group and patient group, they have decreased ATP when compared with the control group. And about the dose response, so they have just have on the patient group after we treated by the hexanoic and capric, the ATP was increased. This one is the bar graph show the JC1 membrane potential by flow cytometry. We have 2 groups, one is non-treated, another one is treated by palmitic acid. So you can see here, from the control group and the patient group, they have significantly decreased of the membrane potential. So we can conclude that in the patient cell, they have a lower membrane potential when compared with the control group, and palmitic acid cannot enhance them have a higher membrane potential. This one is OCR, oxygen consumption rate. The X acid is the times, and the Y acid is OCR. So you can see here, they have 3 inhibitors to block the oxygen consumption rate. Oligomycin, oligomycin, it is the complex 5 inhibitor. FCCP is the ETC uncoupling, and rotanin and antamycin is a complex 1 inhibitor. And the area here can show the basal respiration. This area can show the ATP production, and this green color can show maximal respiration, and this one can show the spare respiratory capacity. And after we block by retinol, this one can show the non-mitochondrial respiration, because we already shut down the mitochondria. So this is our result. The light blue is a control group with non-treated fatty acid, and the more darker one is we treated by the capric acid, the medium chain, and the purple one is we treated by the palmitic acid, the long chain fatty acid. So from the control group, you can see here the maximal, this area is increased, so they can enhance the maximal respiratory capacity. But from the carrier one, the gray color and the black color, this is the patient one. About the oxygen consumption rate, about the all system was decreased when compared with the control group. Also, after we have the oil red O stain on the muscle cell, we also do it on our lymphoblastoid cell. And this one is a positive, oil red positive, the red color, and this found in the carrier group. And this one is oil red negative, we found in the normal control group. And we count among the 200 cells and calculate the percentage. So this one is a percentage of oil red positive cell. So let's start from the control group. We have a control group and treated with the coenzyme Q10, treated alone with the palmitic, and combination palmitic and coenzyme Q10. You can see here, after we treated with palmitic, all groups have the higher oil red positive when compared with the control. And then after we combination palmitic with the coenzyme Q10, we also have significant rescue from the palmitic only for the all group also. And just only VIDEO0004 that treated with the coenzyme Q10 can be rescue the oil red positive from the non-treated cell. Because our patient is a RR man, riboflavin man, so we want to know that the riboflavin have any response in the oil red positive. So we do the experiment with the VIDEO0004 alone and treated with palmitic acid and combination with coenzyme Q10 and palmitic acid with riboflavin and combination of three things. You can see here, for palmitic acid, they have significant increase the oil red positive. And coenzyme Q10 and with palmitic acid and riboflavin, they have a rescue from the, they also have a rescue from the palmitic acid. But when we combine with breathing, they didn't have significant. This one is a body P. We test body P by flow cytometry for case lipid oxidation. We also have the cells, the cell group treat with a different kind of fatty acid and then treat by the coenzyme Q10 and then combination with palmitic acid and coenzyme Q10. So you can see here about the control group. After we treated with capric acid and palmitic acid, about the lipid oxidation will increase. And compare between the control with coenzyme Q10 and with palmitic and coenzyme Q10, they also have the significant increase. The same with the VIDEO02 and VIDEO04, the carrier group and the patient group. About lipid oxidation from the non-treated cell have a higher lipid oxidation when compared with the control group. And when they are treated with the fatty acid, they have more oxidative damage. And in the patient group VIDEO04, the Q10 also have the rescue from the VIDEO04 only. So this is my conclusion. So at ADD, we do the myopathy. We have a specific staining from the HE stain and ADH glycol stain, modified glomerular glycol stain, PAS, IRA, Sudan black B, and ATPS. So from here, we can know that they have the lipid droplet accumulation with the fiber type 1, and also showed compensation of MADH, that is complex 1 in the respiratory chain. About the blood test and G test, we also show that the fatty acid metabolic profile that have elevated acylcarnitine from the short chain, medium chain, and long chain. And about gene mutation, we found 2 gene mutation in this study. And in the cell line, we established lymphoblastoid cell line into 4 group, the normal control, the carrier, and 2 patients. And then we challenging with the 3 different kind of fatty acid, short chain, medium chain, and long chain. And then without the coenzyme Q10, we do the ETFPH, ETFA, and ETFB gene expression, and it have decrease in the patient and carrier group. And ETFQO protein expression also decreased. About the ATP taste, the patient also decreased. Membrane potential also decreased. The MRC complex profile also decreased. And lipid doublet by oil rate increased in patient group. And oxidative damage also increased on patient group. And we have a two group is a lipid doublet and oxidative damage that we treat with the coenzyme Q10. And the coenzyme Q10 show that they can rescue the patient to have decreased lipid doublet and decrease of oxidative damage. About the discussion. About the lymphocyte models, because of the MADD patient, they will show the symptom on the muscle, and we use the lymphocyte cell from the model. So before we also find that in other study, they also use the lymphocyte cell to instead of fibroblast cells because it can show good effect when you diagnose the fatty acid oxidation. And in 1991, they also have the test the chromatic beta oxidation in the lymphocyte cells of the beta oxidative disorder. Next, about the ETFQO protein levels. Because we rarely have ETFQO protein on our patient, so maybe it is because of the ETFQO protein is unstable. That means Mr. Yosu modified in 2008, or because of the protein unfold by heated. Because before we do the Western blot, we will have the heated to denature the cells. So maybe because the fever make it unfold. And then they also have another paper that show that this mutation can cause exon 2 skipping. So this one is in other mutation, but not the same in this study. And maybe because it's due to the protein structure change, so anti-ETFQO antibody cannot recognize the epitope. In our study by oil rate and body P, we show that the Q10 and riboflavin can rescue ETFDH mutated cell line in lipid doublet accumulation and lipid oxidase generation. And other paper also find that in RRMA patient, not only riboflavin but also coenzyme Q10 treatment can respond in their experiment. Thank you for your attention.
谢谢婷婷的那个报告。那这样子
OK， 今天这个焕然一新，听得懂吗？就是跟之前在这里面的有很大的 difference， 尤其是 statistic 上面要不然我之前在这上面写了好多都是在 statistic 上面的一些东西，不过等一下再一一来看那第一个我想要问的是，因为这 data 非常多，我也相信你做的很辛苦因为我都有看到你做的很辛苦。对，你觉得这个 model 怎么样？这个 cell model？
这个 cell model， 我觉得它不是那么直接，但是它可以让表现病人的很多东西，function profile或是一些我们可以在 fibroblast 的看到，因为别篇的他们都是大部分会用 skin fibroblast， 所以他们的 result 跟我们的也是一样的，也没有什么很大的差，就是一个 training。
不过我觉得很好的是在你有做最后一张表，那个你的那个 flow chart 跟它的最后面的 finding 大概的一样，就是这个 slide 的第30个，这个帮助我们了解很多，要不然在前面很多的这个 upregulation downregulation 到底是哪一个，我们也不晓得。不过我想请问一个最直接的问题，你觉得 carrier 跟 mutation，他们的表现，在很多 functional aid 上面的表现，他们最大的差别在哪几个地方？
最大差别是在哪个地方？patient 嘛 ，patient 跟 carrier。
对 ，patient。
最大的差别应该是在ATP 跟 membrane potential 这边。
怎么样？
就是大部分 ATP 跟 membrane potential 对 carrier 来说就是不太有 response， 对，没有，就是理论上他应该没有什么病，但是就看起来他就是他的 training 跟病人一样，对，他的表现跟病人一样。
那你觉得可能的解释是什么？
有没有可能因为病人因为年纪大，然后有没有可能他自己也有别的病，但我们不知道。
对，因为你讲这个也很有道理，因为我们只有 ACE 几个基因，对，其他我们 ACE 大概都是跟 mitochondria 有关系的一些基因，找到了 mutation 未必，像你讲，可能还有其他的 mutation 我们不知道。另外一个，我觉得最重要的是，应该你好好想一想，因为父亲他不是 patient，所以在过程当中，我们没有看他的马手，因为你知道他的马手里面没有。你说 lipid drug，
对，有可能有。
对，所以这个可能也是一个结果，说，是不是看到的反应跟 patient 很像，很像，但是是不是 carrier 一个基因的，不是一个 allele 的 mutation， 是不是就会造成这样子的 disease？这就不晓得，至少他父亲没有发病。就是 carrier 没有发病，但是这个是从 symptom 上面去 identify， 去定义它，去 define 它没有生病，不代表它实际对，因为你知道这个 lipid droplet 它会有 symptom， 它是一个 accumulate 的一个 response， 对，所以这个有时候要小心的回去重新看一下，对，重新看一下，好，那。我后来想一想昨天是看了一下我觉得这个 mutation 你用 plus minus 来看，可能不是很好。不过我希望说可以重新的思考一下，因为 plus minus 的基因 allele 上面的部分，我们一般都是在 knockout mouse 的情况下 ，knockout 就是说这个没有这个基因，这个基因已经被 delete 了，或者是被repress， 所以 plus minus 可能 plus 当然是 OK 啊 ，minus 我是觉得说应该可以改成 mute 或是 mutant， 你可以用缩写写 mute， 就是 plus 然后斜线然后 mute， 然后这样我们就知道它是一个 mutation， 然后这个 mutation 你再另外去定义说这是什么的 mutation， 什么的 mutation， 这样可能会比较好一点。要不然的话，就是好像一般的人最直接的 direct linkage 就是它是拿到，所以这一点在后面再稍微改一下，然后在图里面的，我觉得你这个里面的图跟后面的图都一样这里面的图很多的第一个最大的问题是，好几个图摆在一起，我在 legend 里面没办法用 A、B、C 把它分开来。我就不知道是你要讲的是哪一个图，尤其是这个图跟前面的 result 的部分，我就看得很辛苦，因为你只有写了一个 figure 14。我不知道你讲 figure 14的哪一个，你认同我意思吗？你看这个56页，我帮你写 A、B、C 了，你在前面的。你不管 discuss 还是在 result 的部分，你就可以写，譬如说 figure 这个9A 等等，这样比较好。尤其在 discussion 的时候，你就跟我讲我要 discuss 的这个图，哇，这好麻烦我都不知道要 discuss， 你要看的是哪一个图，然后这个问题我是觉得说是最大的。 label。然后这一张图呢，在里面呢，基本上是没有太多的说明，跟它的结果的呈现，就是没有 result， 你只是带过去而已，没有把它呈现出来。对，到底是它代表意义是什么？没有呈现出来。很多 legend 里面的那个 star， 就是没有写清楚，没有写清楚。譬如说，有的根本没有 star 的，你也写有 star， 或是说你是 compare with 哪一个也没写。你像这个 A、B、C 通通写在一起的话，你就是后面写说，你翻过来57页啊，你没有啊？
我有。
Compare with control， 哪一个 control？ 是 control cell 还是 control group？ 还是哪一个 cell 的 control group？ 是 A002的 control 还是谁的 control？ 然后这个表现里面，你有时候用 cell number， 不 cell 的 name A002、003，有时候用
后来又改了。
对，有时候用 earlier 的那个 earlier 的那个表现方法，所以，然后譬如说58页倒数第3行最后面，你有2个 QQ 的那个，有没有？后面还加了2个。OK， 所以这个，然后你最后面下面一行又有2个。所以这种好像重复了。对。那这一张图里面呢，我就先讲这一张。你的 title 是写 expression profiles of EDFQO protein。对 ，consistence。所以我们会以为说，哇，你这是标错了，还是根本就不同一个 protein？ 当你前面有说明过。这是把东西挑出来的目的是让东西出去以后不要错。不是说鸡蛋里挑骨头了。因为很多统计啊，我们要看的东西好像你没有真正抓到。譬如说第60页，这很多非常多，我都有找出来。第60页呢，没有写 mean， 那星号也没有告诉我他要跟谁比。然后上面的符号呢，其实正常来说，我们最想要看的不是，比如说 A002的这个 control， 也不是 A003的 control， 而是加 palm 之后的表现两两的表现的差别。那你的 star 放在 A003一个 A004一个，那我那个 palm 加进去的意义在哪里？当然有 difference 后面的 difference， 你可以写在 legend 里面，简单的写，就是说哪一组是有 difference， 哪一组是没有 significant 的，简短的写就可以了。然后因为有些你已经有改过了不过我以这个原来的档案里面的62页，这 oil red 的 positive cell。这也加 S 用纵轴。然后你这个最主要我们要看什么？看 Q10 的 recruitment， 导致的 recruit 就是不是 recruitment， 应该是 rescue 所以最重要比较的应该是加 palm， 以及 palm 再加 Q10。所以最重要的比较应该在这里，就是你的那个 difference 最主要看的是这个，我们才知道有没有效果。并不是说要看通通都跟最前面那个来比。当然也是那个也是应该稍微要做一下统计，但最主要的意义是在这里。包含这个后面2个也是一样plus minus 的这个，最主要的是 palm 跟 palm 加 Q10。对不对？这才是站在同一个水平上面去比较。对。然后 后面的第15，这个也是一样嘛哈，就是说你是这个星号是这个 p 小于0.05或0.01是 compare with 谁？啊，一样的问题啦哈，这个很多。然后呢，你在这个图的解释里面，你说 riboflavin 的角色是什么？
也去帮加了胖之后，它也有下降。
有啊，你觉得有下降吗？你后来有统计吗？
哦，28。
对，有下降嘛？你要跟谁比？
我应该是跟他。
跟胖比。啊，是 ANOVA 出来以后，当然是很多的 difference， 但是你要，因为很多 difference， 你眼睛看就知道，应该要标定出跟我们的意义最相近，要不然的话，你的图都很乱，一大堆星星，然后一大堆奇怪的符号，那我们就很难 catch 到里面真正到底有没有用，有没有效，这才是我们要关心的问题，对不对？好，所以最重要的是，那你觉得呢？在这个，你这是 ANOVA， 光辉 ANOVA 做出来以后，所有的结果了吗？还是有些结果没放上来 ？Difference 就是 significance。
应该有选过了。
有选过，那你选错了。这样懂我意思吗？
我懂。
啊，所以你这样看的话，应该有那个 riboflavin 有 response， 有 responsiveness。
如果这样看的话，应该没有。
对，应该没有。应该没有。那个内文里面有谈到说有 RRMADD， 跟一个 SMADD 嘛，那你觉得这个是算是哪一类？比你的？
我们应该是 RRMADD， 我们病人。
病人。
从郭主任说，他是说他 treat riboflavin 是有用的，在病人身上。
应该是他们选的 domain， 是在riboflavin responsive 的那个 domain。
没错。
也许是 cell model 不对，还是什么？可能就是 riboflavin 的角色好像，另外一个就是 riboflavin 的dose， 我觉得用的不太对啦，因为它是比较后面的时候才开始做 riboflavin。对，这个 riboflavin 它可能还要再找到，因为这个是别的 group 他们证明这个 dose 是对的，可是在他的细胞好像
有伤害性，对，因为 viability 比较低。
的确没有错，因为有去年吧，有 paper 前年去年有 paper 发表说它的3D 的结构，structure 3D structure 都出来，其实那个图你可以放上来，告诉我们说，用它的图告诉我们说 mutation point 应该会在哪里，这样我们就可以很indirect 的知道说，是不是它跟 riboflavin 之间有 interaction， 就是可能出问题，对。因为它有一个最重要的 binding domain 嘛，跟 riboflavin 的 binding domain， 我印象中那个图做的就是很清楚，的确是在 exon 2的地方没有错，但是就是说那个 point 在哪 ，mutation point 在它的 3D structure 的什么地方，这很多软体都可以帮你把它 label 出来在那个地方，好。那个第14图跟15图，我比较有一点点讶异，因为这两个都是 oil red 那个 stain 的图，你可以看哦，14图的话，我们看 A004 cell，A004 cell， 它在没有 treat 的情况下呢，它的 positive cell。就是 ORO 的 positive cell 大概有 60% 左右， A004应该就是最后面一个 minus minus 的，对。但是呢，在15呢 figure 15呢，这就20了。
好，我是这样子，老师，因为理论上我 oil rate 啊，就是从细胞养不好的时候，就是 continue 到细胞养起来的时候一起做 average， 然后后来因为细胞已经养好了，所以004的 oil rate positive 就降，还比 carry 的好，然后所以我就不把它 mix 一起，因为我怕整个 system 就乱了，因为我没有之前的 data 加来我发育，所以这个是就是 separating 再做一个，现在细胞情况比较 healthy 的时候，它表现没有那么好，然后这个是整个 system， 所以有可能还要把细胞长慢一点，然后再 try 一次，说可不可以回去到之前那个情况。
其实你这个图跟前面这个图的 Q10，其实它的比例都很接近啊。你看 palm 大概70%，前面是70%嘛，后面大概60几嘛。60几，非常还 OK。然后 Q10 30%都很好，就是差在 control。这细胞。
可以算一下 average 啦。你要不要就是用14的？因为一直养不起来嘛，细胞太难养。结果后来他就用20% 去养之后，养活起来之后，有一些 data 就会改变。虽然它的很多 SD 都非常大，那我在想，这个我们讨论过，我们不是说把它改掉，对，他问题是有点冲突啦，就是应该要把它改正。不过还是要降回原来的。这是一个大问题，就是我们现在有一些现象会被，因为细胞长得快了，所以有些现象会不见了，原来看到的现象，所以你可能要再把湿润降到低一点，可是又不会死的那个状态。好，
你说那个这样的 mutation 啊，就是我们的那个 C250G，就是变成 A 的这样的 mutation， 在11页。你说过去这个是嘛？就是过去有人研究过，它会导致 misfolding， 是这一个吗？是这个 mutation 吗
11页啊。
对，11页。
在哪里？
倒数第2段的最后面。1、2、3、4，第4行。你说 this result show severe misfolding。